Welcome. Don't adjust your dial. Welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host Michael Pickering. That's right, Lo-Fi as in low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? And it's Thursday and time for that Lo-Fi global news. Coming at us fresh off that press from Reuters Asia Pacific section. Thai protesters take to streets in protest of royal insults law. Wake up, Lo-Fi Nation. Thailand still got more to say. That's right, it's been a minute since we've heard word about the protest here, but they're still going on. And this article is talking about protesters calling for the release of individuals being held for insulting the monarchy. Something we've also talked about here before, those lèse-majesté laws that you can face 15 years in prison for insulting the king. But also, these protesters are supporting the protesters in Myanmar. Some are even carrying the Myanmar flag. And in Myanmar, protesters have started using the three-finger salute, the salute used by pro-democracy protesters in Thailand that they got from the Hunger Games films. Movements are spreading. Movements are connecting. This is now a transnational people's power movement. Keep your eyes open out there. Lots going down as we move closer to the weekend. Next up, source, the Latin America section of the BBC. Death of Honduran student in police custody sparks protest. In Honduras, protests have begun accusing the police of police brutality and murder after a young woman that was arrested for a curfew violation was found incapacitated in her cell and passed away upon arriving at the hospital. The official and initial police report ruled it a suicide. However, medical examiners have ruled this was in fact a homicide, calling into question exactly what happened after the young woman was taken into custody for just a curfew violation. The people want answers, and the Attorney General's office are getting involved, as well as Amnesty International. This started out a local issue, but is quickly becoming something much larger about police in Honduras today. We'll keep you updated as we know more for sure. This story isn't going away. Now moving forward, because we never move on from anything. Source, AP World News. Uganda eases social media curb, but Facebook's still off. This is an update to our continuing coverage of the Ugandan presidential election. Lame, let's call it what it is. We've been talking about this for quite some time, and how the six-term, 35-year ruling president of Uganda didn't fight fair in that past election, and how opposition candidate Bobi Wine has filed legal complaints against the election results. We're waiting for those to be processed. But during the election, the government turned off almost the entire internet. And after that, it was mostly restored, but social media was still offline. Now, most of them are back, except Facebook. Because the government says, national security. Of course, why else would a country block Facebook? Unless it's for national security. This is another story we're still watching. Even though there aren't very many updates, we're still looking to see what's happening moving forward. And our following story comes from the space section of NPR. I know, weren't expecting that, were you? Chinese probe enters Mars orbit with plan for May landing. So yesterday we talked about how the UAE's Hope probe made it after 7 long months to finally be in the atmosphere of Mars. And now, China's probe has made it as well. And their probe is actually going down to the red planet's surface. Oh yeah, we're going to get some cool Mars rocks and some groovy pictures. I mean, if the Chinese government lets us see them. Come on, China, please don't hold back and share all those nifty sciencey discoveries you make. And a last piece of news to send you on your way for the day, the Australia section of the BBC. Numbats, saving a marsupial, unique even to Australia. And this story here, it's not even a lo-fi fun read. It's a lo-fi fun watch. A 2.5-minute video about these not too well-known marsupials that are about the size of squirrels and only have about 1,000 of them left in the world. But it's pretty cool what people can do to help dwindling animal populations when we really try. Watch the video, peeps. And to our new friends, the Numbats, it's a pleasure to meet you. We'll be following your development and well-being from now on. And it's a brief snapshot of what's going on in the world today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode of Good News Friday. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, wash those hands, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. Pickering, signing off.